Our next topic now, and this was actually pretty crazy because a lot of people have many definitions or how they think this should be done.
Mm-hmm.
But this topic is the perception culture. Now, this affects a lot of people. Perception. Some people, they base their thoughts and their moves off perception. Some people, they profile off of perception.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some people that understand, hey, I can use perception as a tool because I don't care about what people think. But I understand that I can sway what they think if given that chance. Some people, you just not gonna get a chance. You just profile. I mean, like,
in this, and when you're saying perception, like, what do you mean? Perception and culture, wise, like when it comes to work, you know what I mean?
Right, like how a
it's
person
very
view
simple,
you.
but
Like how a person view you. Like, if you work an hourly job and you're like on a lower level hourly job, and if you come to work with a suit on, they be like, huh? You know, it's weird. It shouldn't be like this, but if you come in there with a suit on from Joseph A. Bank, but you're only making $15 an hour, they, we don't pay you that much. I've heard managers say that before. Or you drive a nice car. You drive what are they driving a Lexus for? They only making $15 an hour. They can't afford that on their salary.
I'm your supervisor, and I don't have a Lexus.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, that perception is there. And, hey, I want to do this, but I don't know how they're going to think if I do this. That happens a lot.
You can be trapped in a box by what you think other people, how they're going to perceive you or how they're going to view you or where they think you should be.
Right.
And you're going to be where they think you should be.
Right.
You shouldn't let somebody put you in a box just on how they view you or their perception of you or where you should be, what you should drive, who you should date, who you should marry. Or the things like, well, how did he marry a doctor? He's only, some hourly worker or who. Limiting yourself and letting that be a constraint, somebody else's perceptions kind of put you in a box. It's just not a good thing.
And then you know what I found out too? Most people could care less about Mike. I had to learn that when I was younger. Why am I worried about people thinking black people don't? The person you think they care about you that much, or not care about you, but thinking about what you're doing that much, you'll drive by that same person downtown eating an ice cream cone. That cone
like you've been thinking about, like they've said something to you at work.
Yeah.
And you've taken it home to your wife, to your boyfriend. You
work mad.
And you talking.
You go downtown.
You've had 3 conversations about what they did.
Yeah.
They said their comment, walked away from you.
Ain't even thought
about it even.
Yeah.
You didn't spend 4 hours since
you
had to tell your mama.
Trying to go to sleep looking at the ceiling like, man.
That just
what they thinking
that
about
just grind my gears. I can't believe they said that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But they always say dress for the job you want, not for the job you have. If you're at a job where you can be a receptionist, secretary, or whatever, and you get to wear your own clothes, wear whatever you want to wear. Like you can be professional. You can wear if you want to wear a 3-piece suit. Wear that.
Here's the thing.
Don't come to work naked.
Our saying is you can do whatever you want to do. You got to take what come with it.
Yeah,
and understand the results. The results speak for themselves. So let's say you want a job. I had to learn this for myself. When we worked at the hospital, the people that was making the money or had the high-paying jobs, they had a different kind of lifestyle. Coming from Southwest, with jeans, t-shirt, you know what I'm saying? Starch jeans, I guess, some Jordans. But a person
you throw a polo with some Air Maxes and some Starch jeans. I mean, I'm dressed up.
Yeah, well, for Southwest, but when you get out of Southwest, you start seeing stuff for what it is. You're like, man, you see the dude who's the executive at the job. He's wearing a suit. Then you go see how much suits cost. You go like Mr. Wicks, the lowest suit you're gonna get is probably about $600-700 at best. And that's probably on sale.
Yeah.
And you thinking like, wow, this dude wearing a suit every day. Like these dudes, they wear suits every day. You know what I'm saying? And some people, they get deals on suits. They may spend $200, something like that. But still, $200 for a suit, you wearing a suit every day. Yeah. I mean, 5 for a week, that's $1,000 in suits.
Low end.
That's low end, right. So, you know what I'm saying? how you dress makes a difference. People think, oh no, I wear what I want to wear. You can wear what you want to wear. Just take what come with it.
The perception of that. You know what I mean? You got to think. Am I going for a promotion? Do I want to move up in this company? Right. Any little thing that you can do to kind of boost yourself or help sell yourself, like we've spoken about in other videos, you might want to do that. You know what I mean? This guy holds himself, or catch somebody else's eye from another department. Right. You know what I mean? This guy's always speaks well.
Right.
I mean, because perception ain't always your appearance. Right. It could be the way you speak to people, you know, anything like that. You know, this guy's always there. He's always neat, presentable. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, you know, this man has presence.
Taking care of yourself, like taking care of yourself is a part of it. The aesthetic is a part of the perception.
Yeah, you don't want to have the Parmesan cheese between your teeth.
Whether we want to agree with it or not, different jobs have different aesthetics. Yeah. Like if Denzel Washington, let's say Denzel Washington, let's say, I'm trying to be nice, but let's say he was overweight. Let's say 350, right?
Yeah, that's like.
Could he play in an action movie? Person? You know, Sylvester Stallone. If he was like 400 pounds, could he play in an action movie against Sylvester Stallone? You know what I'm saying? Could he be Rambo? You know what I'm saying? He had to have an aesthetic to be Rambo.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think of Rambo, you think of a dude ripped up in the jungle with a Bowie knife, man.
With a t-shirt on.
You don't think about a dude that's overweight in the woods.
Not picking up his foes, you know what I mean? With, you know.
Up in the woods, eating a 10-piece McNugget with honey mustard sauce.
Where the Krispy Kreme?
And man, and that's with perception, you can disarm people with perception. Like, you know, you walk up to somebody with jeans and
there should be more fat action heroes. I just really feel like, you know.
Yeah, it should be, but it's just the aesthetic. That's how the market is. The market sets the image, I guess. I guess how the market set it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe the next Batman should be overweight, like a.
Yeah, I remember when I worked at an ISP place, and I didn't even have to worry. I was just being crazy because I'm just like that. I either could do something crazy, say something crazy. That's how I was, to do some crazy stuff. I had to really kind of work on myself. Anybody that know me knows. If you know, you know. You don't, you don't. But instead of wearing like button downs like this and stuff like that, I'll be wearing like NASCAR shirts to work, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's technically a button down.
It is technically a button down. That's what I thought it was. But then I gave them, when I thought about it, I gave them things to use against me to not promote me, even though I had the skill, even though I had the talent.
And you have the right to wear what you want to wear.
You do, but I had to take what come with it.
Yep.
And when I took what came with it, this is things I couldn't get to because I was hurting myself. I don't have no problem admitting that.
They did notice him.
Now, back then, I had an ego. Man, I thought I was, Mike Flair. That's what I thought I was. But I'm
going to let my work speak for itself and things like that.
Because I came here, I did the work, held it down. No problemo. But when it came to the aesthetic, there's like, well, you know, those NASCAR shirts. But they told me that I could wear them too.
Yeah, another thing too, you can, and see, that's another thing. What somebody allows and what they actually promote or encourage or want is different. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can wear that. You know, you can roll the dice and you can take. Hey, we'll take 2% off.
Right.
You don't have to get this 2%. Right. You know what I mean? 2%, just like that's just the amount that we're gonna just take off with that choice. The consequences, you're gonna lose 2% of popular opinion or whatever. You know what I mean? You're gonna lose this. Because sometimes you gain things, sometimes you lose things by the choices you make.
Right.
So I'm just putting a number on what you're actually going to lose. Yeah, 2%, it really doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm going to wear what I want to wear. And I'm going to take that. I'm going to pay the cost to be the boss and wear that. But then, but when you're 2 points short or you're 2% short of getting that promotion or getting that salary job with this pay, now you're like, oh man, that could have been one of those just small contributing factors in me not, like with his case, not getting that other job or moving up in that particular company. You know what I mean? But he was fine either way, but still you had this.
And then one more thing is this something I experienced working in IT is pretty funny. Jobs I worked at previously was the hierarchy, the perception of hierarchy. Mm-hmm. Like the smart CTOs and the smart like corporate technical officers, CIOs and something like that, they develop relationships with the people that's under the hierarchy or whatever. But then there's some that get snobby, like, I mean, you know, what am I going to eat out with you for? You know, you eat at McDonald's, I eat at Arthur's. I mean, how does that work out? And they kind of put that barrier right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason why you should be hanging out with me because our lifestyles don't match. You know what I'm saying? But the smart ones.
It's like a classist thing. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm driving the Lexus to work every day. You know, you driving the Chevrolet. We can't hang together. And that causes a barrier right there. You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes people believe they can use this barrier to their advantage. Like if I keep something between us, that'll give my employees something to work to. Maybe you'll get on this level or you'll be able to eat here once you climb that. And there's just a big barrier.
Like coming to America?
Right there.
Remember what he told Hakeem? He said, when he went over his house, he went over McDowell's house.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, maybe about 10, 20 years, you can get you one of these.
And they want to live in there.
But he worked at McDonald's. Like, there's no way he'll get a house like that. But yeah,
exactly.
You keep working hard.
Exactly. They want to sell you, you know, that dream that it's just hard work and you get to stay right here, or you know, or this is an impossible barrier. Right. So you know that you'll stay down here. You just work hard and you'll get here. You don't need to get education. You just stay where you are and do that. But you have other managers that definitely want to blur that line and make it seem a little invisible that you can achieve these things. Like they might go to lunch with you and sit down there and they let you know that they're a relatable person, even though our salaries ain't relating. Right. They speak in two different languages. But hey, I'll buy you guys food sometimes. You know what I mean? Just to connect with you and feel like that I have an open door policy and they want you to feel close and that I'm not the man or the organization. I'm here with you guys. I'm fighting in the trenches for you.
So if you were the CTO, what kind of CTO would you be?
Fight with you and fight for you and be loyal.
If you was the top level
reduces turnover. Sorry.
Like if you was the CTO, top level manager, probably making like what $300,000. Like how would you be to your department? Like your department.
All right, I would definitely be one of those more rub shoulders with you, come down there and talk to you because a little bit of my time could save me a lot of my money.
Right.
And if I'm giving, I can give y'all meals every now and then, come down there, eat with y'all, keep your spirits high, increase morale, reduce turnover. Just by doing that, the money I'm losing and the time that I'm losing will be paid back with you guys staying. Maybe you guys come in and work a holiday because I spent $20 on each of my 20 employees. Right. Now I get you guys to come in and maybe work a holiday because you feel like that I care and I'm relatable. Like I won't, like, hey man, I was wondering if you can come in. You're going to be more, those employees are going to be more likely, I think I might come in. You know what I mean? Right. I'm getting paid overtime and this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? Might give you a lunch, a little bonus, might give you give your kid a backpack. Remember a birthday or something like that can go a long way with people. Like, you know what I mean? Because these gifts don't really mean nothing. Right. And they don't really cost a lot. But that does kind of improve employee morale. And people won't just be, man, they don't care about me. I'm going to quit. I ain't coming in for him. Right. I ain't doing that because I'm always better than them. And it feels like I'm a part of the company. Right. They taking my money. They charge more for insurance this year. And they start looking at me like I'm the man and I'm a part of the problem and I'm the reason they're not getting paid. Oh, yeah. And things like that. Yeah. When you can't give somebody a raise, but you can take a little $20 hit and make them feel like that you actually do care. I mean, you know, that's just the kind of the manager I want to know what's going on. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want to come and lose 3 employees in one day without knowing. I want to feel the mood of my employees. You know what I mean?
Happening around the country, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I want them to know, like, hey, man, I care because I don't want to hire some more people to train them. Training costs money. It's reduced productivity because they're not as good as my seasoned employees. So I don't want to lose them. And if for lunch will help me keep them, you think I'm not coming down there to sit down to spend at least one day a month to see what they're doing and see how they're doing, not on micromanagement, just on the checking of them, letting them know, hey, it's a little relaxing like that. And then if you're a higher level manager, talk to your managers. Yeah. Hey, what's going on with our people? No, especially if somebody got high turnover, I want to talk to you. This is leadership. I'll be maybe a little bit more stern with them, but I definitely want to let them know, hey, man, I'm thinking about y'all too. You know what I mean? We got 20 employees. I got 4 leaders. Right. Exactly. You know what I mean? I definitely want to have my hand on the pulse of that because they reduces your work and your stress as a leader when you lead your leaders properly. Yeah.